Hello friends, this video on data handling part 9 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now we will introduce another concept, the third important concept of median. So we learnt mean, we learnt mode, and now we are going to learn median. So what exactly is a median and why do we need it? Now let us think of an example. Let us say that there is a dance show that is going to happen in your school, and for that dance show the choreography is such that you need 5 students of a particular height to make the first row. You need 5 students of some different height, like 5 tall students at the last row and 5 comparatively shorter students in the first row, and you need 1 student in the middle who would be like in between, who would be like intermediate between the students at the end and the students in the front. So basically these students need to be arranged with respect to their heights. So 5 students of more heights at the end, 5 students of lesser heights at the first row, and 1 student of intermediate height should be at the center, should be in between the 2 rows. So that is how your dance show needs to be organized. So how do you do this? Let's say you have been given a data where you have a list of students with different heights. So their heights are being mentioned here, and you have to, basically what you need to do is, from these students you have to divide them into 2 groups such that one group is greater than a particular height and the other group is less than a particular height, and you also need 1 person to stand at the center who is like in between, right? So how are we going to arrange this data? So do you think that calculating mean would help? Not really, because mean will just tell you the average height of each student. So with mean you cannot divide it into 2 groups of different heights. You can't do that. Do you think mode will help? Because mode will again tell you that most of the students have which height. That is, it will tell you that height whose frequency is more, that height which occurs more often. But again with that you cannot divide it into 2 different groups of 2 different heights. So this is the place where we need median. Now how will median help? So let us see what exactly is median. So what we do is we arrange this height in an increasing order. So let's say we arrange the height in increasing order or ascending order, whatever you call it. So when you arrange this height in increasing order, you get a data like this: 118, 120, 124, 125, 128, 139, 148, 150, 153, so we'll write it here, 153, 155 and 158. So this is how we have arranged the heights in increasing order. Now once you have arranged it in increasing order, can you find that that data which is located exactly at the middle, such that if you select that data, you have equal number of data on both sides. So how many data do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you have total 11 data. So that means if you pick up the 6th data, you basically have 5 on this side, 5 on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side and 5 on the other side. So basically this 139 is the middlemost data. So if you pick up this 139 to be this middle girl, then what happens? These data 118, 120, 124, 125 and 128, all of these are students of smaller height, so they can all stand in the first row, and all of these are students of greater heights than 139, so they can all stand at the last row, and this girl with 139 centimeters as height can stand in middle. So this 139 is median of this group of data. So median is nothing but the middlemost data in a group of data. So whenever you have a group of data and you want to divide that data into 2 different parts, Maybe you want to divide it into two parts, one part of smaller height, one part of bigger height. Or let's say if you are talking about scores of students in a class, the teacher wants to divide the class into two halves, one half for the students who scored less and one half for the students who scored more. So there also he can make use of median. So median always talks about the middlemost data in a group of data. So you see in this example, the example that we considered here median helped. So mean would not have helped, mode would not have helped, but median could help. But in a way, again, when you look at median also in some way represent the central tendency of a group of data, because here you see this is location wise, it is the central most data, the middlemost data. So that way it tells you the central tendency of a group of data. So that's the beauty of statistics. You have three different concepts of mean, median and mode. All of them are very much different from each other, but all of them in their own ways, they represent the central tendency of a group of data. Fine. So now let us look at another example of finding median. So let's say that the teacher decided to divide the total number of students in a class into two sections depending on their scores. And the scores of the students in a class is as shown on the screen. So this is the score of different students in a class. Now this entire number of students, they are going to be divided into two different sets of data depending upon their scores. So those who have lower scores will be in one section, those who have higher scores would be in the other section. So how is the teacher going to divide it into two sections? So for that, the teacher needs to find the median. So all those students below median will be in section A. All those students above median will be in section B. So that's how you can divide them into two sections. So for that, what is our first step? So first, let us arrange the data in ascending order. So we get something like this: 28, 42, 45, 54, 55, 61, 66, 69, 70, 70, 71, 75, 78, 82, 83, 91 and 93. Now please remember that even if you have repeated data, for example 70 is repeated twice, so you write it twice. So just that you need to arrange it in an ascending order. So once you have arranged it in ascending order, how do you find the middlemost number? So total, how many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17, that means 17 can be divided into 8, 8, that is 16. So the ninth data would be the middlemost data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the ninth data. So this is going to be the middlemost data or the median. So the median for this group of data is going to be 70. That means all those who scored less than 70, all these students, they would go to section A. And all those students who scored above 70, that is all those who are after the median value, they are all going to go to section B. So this is how the teacher can actually divide the total number of students into two sections. Now section A would comprise of students with lower marks, so that more attention could be given to the students in this section. Whereas section B, they have higher marks, so accordingly attention can be given to these students. So that's how you have divided them into two different sections. Now what happens to this student who is actually the median, who has scored 70? So this median becomes the class leader. So he is someone who has scored like an average marks, not very less, not a lot of marks. So it's like his performance is kind of average in the class. So this person becomes the class leader, managing both the sections. So this is how you can actually divide a group of data into two different sections depending upon their values, right? So that is the significance of median. Now, have you observed something? In both these examples that we discussed, the dance show as well as the class leader, in both of these, the total number of data was odd. So here we had the total number of data was 17. So it was very easy to divide it into two equal halves like this, 8 on this side, 8 on this side, and the center one was median. So that's how you divide it. Again, in the previous example, the total number of data was 11. So again, that was easily divided. 5 on both sides, and in between you have the median. Now, the question is, what would happen if instead of odd number of data, we have even number of data? Instead of 17 students in a class, if we have 16 students in a class. So how do we calculate the median? Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.